Another dark log from the diary of a graver named John Weaver, which is me. Okay, the previous one was a personal one for me. I had to get the message out, what was going on. But this one is going to be the politics, guys, and other things happening. It's still May 29th, 2026. Still Friday, and it's still 1:15 in the morning. Okay, so Blue Origins had a huge rocket. They were doing a static engine test. They were trying to see if everything worked well. But like everything else in aeronautics and astronomics and space engineering, things got to go boom. And for miles away from the pads over at Cape Canaveral, people had heard and felt the explosions. One massive explosion of the rocket going up. They were supposed to be on the pad doing a test fire, make sure the engines were working properly. It wasn't going to fly. But somehow, something happened, mechanically, or some kind of defect or something. Blew the whole damn thing, including the pad, a couple of gantries, and a few other rockets nearby. It was a huge-ass explosion. That video is being passed around like crazy. Blue Origin was supposed to be helping out with the Artemis program. I came across one particular Canadian guy who had a strong opinion about the Artemis program. It was just for show and tell. And yeah, I did call it spam in a can concerning about 4 astronauts being sent around the moon once and coming back to Earth. But in that time, we still had space photography being taken care of. So maybe there was more information than the other satellites have given us. Sometimes human perspective is needed at times. NASA's still trying to scrape up billions at this point if it's not going to be hogged up by the Trump administration for their own stupidity. Not to mention wars happening, which is still part of the stupidity. If I'm not mistaken, I came across some articles a few hours old that Romania got attacked by Russia. Apparently they launched missiles to go after Ukraine. Drones and long range. Well, Romania got hit. I don't know if there's been any death or injuries over there. But they did get attacked, and they are NATO. So, we have European commands going crazy over this situation. If that wasn't bad enough that Trump wasn't even reacting over that damn thing. One of his flunkies was showing in the White House press conference of what the new bill for a $250 anniversary thing is going to be, with Trump's picture and everything else on it. An artist impression of what is going to be generated, what they're trying to get generated. There's a federal law in there somewhere. I don't know what the number is, but I gotta locate that damn thing. About presidents have to be dead before they're even considered being put onto currency. We've had talks throughout the decades of who's going to be put on what. Anything of a new bill or anything of a replacement. And nothing had changed as much. We still have a Washington for the $1, Lincoln for the $5. I forgot who the hell's got the 10 and the 20. I know there's a Grant and there's a Jackson in there somewhere. And $100 bill, and then you got a $1,000 bill. But this is supposed to be the commemorative $250 bill with Trump's face on it. Commemorating 250 years of America's birth. It gets weirder and weirder for this lunatic who's focusing more and more on a UFC match happening on June 14th. He's still pushing to have the lake between the Washington Monument and the White House repainted drained, reclocked, sealed up, repainted, without going through proper channels in order to get the quality bidders at the lowest price. Quality work. Well, they got sucky work. And they're still working on the damn thing. They don't know if they're going to get finished by the 14th or not. They're still working on the destroyed east wing of the White House. I don't know if they're going to get any more funding for this damn eyesore of theirs. But they want to put up a cage match where there's supposed to be high money tickets being sold. More grifting, more grifting, more grifting. That wasn't bad enough. The Trump family is still grifting. If Trump's not doing the main thing himself, his kids are getting money from government contracts still. And just for their own companies. Hey, Dad, can I have a few million? Oh, sure you can. Have some taxpayer money. Asshole. What was it? Tom Besser? Whatever. Besser, I think his last name is. And he goes up in the White House, the press room. And he's being, well, look at what we got here. I mean, Trump wants this bill over here. Isn't this exciting? And you got reporters, especially one sharp woman, pinning this guy down. It's like, but no, you don't understand. This is, and he started whining about it. He really started whining about this one. A lot of the independents and that corporates having a little chuckle over the damn thing. Meanwhile, CBS is gutting itself to pieces, trying to make sure that they're going to be the Trump show, or basically on air Pravda. I mentioned the term Pravda a few times, not in this video, but in the postings I've done. Pravda was supposed to be the state-sponsored media outlet of the USSR when they were active. They still have it in the form of the Russian presidency. They're still Russians, and they're still communists. I don't care if they call them Democrats or not. I don't care what the hell they're called. They're still communists. And they are still at war with Ukraine, which I hear that Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine, well, his name's been mentioned for the, instead of piss off Trump, the Nobel Peace Prize. Because Zelensky has been trying to get negotiations going with Russia, but Russia doesn't want it. They want to conquer. They tried to do the conquering, but they can't keep it up. They're going bankrupt, in a way. Much like the United States doing its own damn bankruptcy in Iran. I don't know what Trump's trying to pull here. I don't know if it's insanity, if his senility is getting out of hand, if he's really got dementia or not. We don't know. Because we're not hearing the quote-unquote official medical records and the medical staffing saying that Trump is no longer mentally and physically, or at least mentally fit, for the office of the presidency. And we don't have Congress backing this shit up. We don't have the Trumplicant followers saying enough's enough. Get this guy in the 25th Amendment. Removal. But then you got J.D. Vance coming up. And if he's not bad enough, and then you got Speaker Mike Johnson and his wishy-washy situation. And I'm not quite sure about Senate Pro Tem leader either. You got a Trump family there somehow. They're not doing things for the American people. They're doing things just to pocket money. Make everybody broker and shit, and basically make America and the default. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm observing at this point over here. NASA wants billions to continue its moon-based project. They can't do it because we've got the military and Department of Justice, and ICE, and every other damn Trumplican department out there wanting more and more money. And we're getting broker and broker. It's getting that bad, guys. It's getting that bad. Prices of gas still going up. Despite everyone else keeps saying the gases are going down, they're going down, the food prices are going down. You want to bet? That same prices on Amazon fluctuating, going up. But the basic stuff over at Albertsons in my neighborhood of Roseman, California, they're going up. It should have been about $2 or $1 a gallon of milk. It's gotten more than that. A banana used to be about 20, 25 cents. Now it's about 30 to 35 cents a piece. Beef prices are going skyrocketing. Where Texas, the home of great beef restaurants out there, of these great old places of barbecue, shutting down, going out of business, because beef prices have put them out of business. The market for the beef industry, it's whacked. We're paying the prices out here too. Don't tell me politics isn't in everything. We voted this disaster. We voted the crazy train in. Now we're dealing with the derailment of it. And you still got a conductor laughing his ass off. Still wanting his big, beautiful, gold-laced bullshit. He wants anything regarding mythological creatures put into stone. He wants them gold. He wants them gilded. He wants to turn Washington, D.C. into a gilded area where it's gold all over the place. You know, the old ancient Greek stories concerning about King Midas. I only remember the gist of the story. But this guy was so in love with gold, somehow or another, he gained the power through something or someone. Probably through the gods or something. Of his touch is gold to everybody. You turn a living person into a gold statue. Gets to a point where, I don't know, maybe did he kill himself? He already killed off his family, turning him into gold statues. He can't eat anything because it turned into gold. Can't eat gold. It's not exactly a digestible mineral. However, I've heard stories that people tried to eat gold soup. Idiots. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Idiots and morons. Time for sleep. That being said,